Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Bruce Lee, a legend defamed after 46 years and several mysterious loves. Bruce Lee is considered a monument to world martial arts. Over the years, there have been many unanswered mysteries surrounding his life and career. At the end of July, Bruce Lee's death anniversary, movie fans around the world once again have the opportunity to chance to see this martial arts legend on the big screen. Full stop. In the movie Once Upon a Time, Bruce Lee thinks his martial arts skills are stupid and arrogant, but he cannot beat the image of a stuntman that makes his relatives and those who love the martial arts legend out of disappointment. They all believe that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood intentionally lowered Bruce Lee's image in the eyes of future generations, people who may not know Bruce Lee well in the future. No one told anyone. All the audiences who loved him spoke up to defend Lee. The question being asked by contemporaries at this time was, who was Bruce Lee? What kind of person is he that can make the audience take his side nearly half a century later? In 1941, apartment number 214 Nathan Road, Hong Kong welcomed an American citizen, Boy Lee, back to his homeland. In Hong Kong, Bruce Lee experienced a fiery childhood and his love of martial arts always burned in his heart. Bruce Lee has been passionate about martial arts since he was a child. From the age of 7, he learned Tai Chi from his father Lee Hae-kwin, an opera singer who loved martial arts. Mr. Lee initially forced his son to learn martial arts just for physical training because Tu Long was thinner than his peers. Bruce Lee's father himself could not have imagined that his son would be so passionate about martial arts that he would choose martial arts as his future career. Lee was originally a person who did not like studying and often violated discipline. The first thing a 14-year-old boy does every day after school is to change his uniform, practice martial arts, and rush out to find an opponent to compete against. Tu Long's father had to shake his head many times in frustration at his son's personality. Tu Long only needs to take 20% of the love he has for martial arts and share it with his studies, Mr. Lee Hae-kwin lamented in an interview with Sohu. With the impulsive personality of a teenage boy, Lee was often present in fights from one end of the village to the other. And Tu Long is always the winner in the end. The teenager was always proud of his martial arts skills. Until one day, Bruce Lee encountered a serious opponent on the street and had his first taste of defeat. At this time, the teenager with a martial arts background began to doubt his own abilities and decided to go to a master to study in Hong Kong in the 1950s. People everywhere mention Wing Chun, praising Master Ip Man as a great martial artist. The young man surnamed Lee mustered up all his courage and boldly went to Ip Man to learn Wing Chun. After joining the Wing Chun martial arts school, Bruce Lee received rigorous instruction from his master Deep. Years later, Lee became Ip Man's proudest disciple. As an adult, Bruce Lee still maintained an endless passion for martial arts. He spent most of his youth practicing and spreading traditional Chinese martial arts and studying Western martial arts. Later, Lee founded Jeet Kune Do, focusing on efficiency and practicality in combat. Now, when mentioning Bruce Lee, people immediately remember a martial arts legend capable of defeating dozens of people rushing at him, a man with a powerful one-inch punch, and a martial arts master who had a great influence on those who came at him. Martial arts enthusiasts around the world. Growing up in a family whose father was an opera singer from a young age, Bruce Lee more or less had hidden artistic qualities within him. The teenager who has practiced martial arts for many years seems to be a dry person, but he likes to write poetry, loves dancing and loves music. However, during his time at university, the young man felt that his previous interests were nothing more than meaningless, with no contribution to society. While struggling to find a direction in life, Bruce Lee suddenly realized that Chinese kung fu and acting were the truths that needed to be pursued. The key to immortality is living a memorable life, Bruce Lee said. According to Sina, in 1946, Bruce Lee began to follow the path of professional acting. In 1950, the first film Tattooing starring Lee was released. Bruce Lee received many compliments for his acting. However, the biggest turning point for Lee deciding to become a top martial arts star was in 1964. At that time, he saw the image of Asian people always being seen considered ridiculous, silly characters and laughed at on screen in a foreign land. The young man surnamed Lee vowed to himself that he would be the one to change foreigners' prejudices about the image of people. Asia on the Hollywood silver screen. Bruce Lee, my biggest goal is to become the highest paid Asian movie superstar in America. I will do my best and give my best performances as how to be an actor. Starting from 1970, I will be famous all over the world. By the end of 1980, I will have earned a fortune of more than $10 million US. At that time, I will live according to my will. People, my buddy also has a prosperous and happy life, Bruce Lee once boldly declared to the media. However, after that, Lee's career in America faced many difficulties because Americans could not accept a hero who was Asian and had Chinese nationality. In the summer of 1970, he decided to return to his country to develop his career. In Hong Kong, he participated in 2 films, Doing Sun Big Brother and Teen Martial Arts. These 2 projects achieved unexpected success and created a box office fever throughout Asia, paving the way for Lee to return to Hollywood. In 1973, Bruce Lee suddenly died at the age of 32 while filming the movie Game of Death, the first film co-produced by the US and Hong Kong, leaving grief in the hearts of many people who loved him. Bruce Lee's death was like a meteor falling to Earth. Although his life ended suddenly, no one can erase the memories of Lee. The spirit of righteousness has long been in his bones. Bruce Lee's marrow and the great contributions of the martial arts star in spreading kung fu to the world will be difficult for anyone to do forever after. Xinhua News Agency commented on the legend's passing. Martial arts legend of the Lee family. Bruce Lee is talented, powerful and famous. His life, in addition to his beautiful wife, is also surrounded by other ghosts. No one knows how many lovers he had, but after his death, 2 actresses, Mukatu and Din Boy, admitted to having had secret relationships with the martial arts legend. And those are stories that people only know when these 2 beauties have entered their twilight years. In an interview with Edo newspaper in 2014, Din Boy admitted that she had an affair with Bruce Lee. He is a married man. Therefore, our relationship is really difficult. Every day, I have to patiently wait for Lee's phone call. It is both sweet and painful, said the woman the actor shared. I don't deny it. That day, when I did it, I understood that I couldn't escape today, Mukatu shared with Hong Kong media. Besides, the death of Bruce Lee and his son along with the curse of the Lee family still leaves many unsolved mysteries. That fateful evening in July 1973, Bruce Lee and actor Chow Hui-van went to his lover Din Boy's house to discuss the script for the movie Game of Death. Bruce Lee suddenly felt a headache, so he asked Din Boy to borrow painkillers and went to rest. Afterwards, the actor was discovered dead in his bed. The police conducted a comprehensive investigation within 2 months, consulting with domestic and foreign experts, and came to the conclusion death due to an unexpected accident. There were reports that Lee was assassinated by a famous gangster organization in Hong Kong or poisoned by jealous people. However, in the end, no one knows exactly why the famous martial arts actor passed away 20 years after his father's death. Bruce Lee's only son, Lee Kwok-hao, also died suddenly on the set at the age of 28. While filming, Kwok-hao was hit by a bullet. No one knows who put real bullets in the gun used for filming. The mysterious death of the Lee family father and son made many people believe that this was related to the curse that happened to the Lee family. The rumored story on Chinese social networks said that Lee Kwok-hao's grandfather had a disagreement with the business community. These people cast evil spells to take revenge on his family and descendants. Therefore, both Bruce Lee and his father, who were healthy, suddenly died. The true cause of the death of Bruce Lee and his son is still an unanswered mystery. Bruce Lee is a hero and symbol to millions of people. Audiences around the world love him. Especially Asians. South China Morning Post writer Nicholas Atkin commented on the martial arts star surnamed Lee. 46 years have passed. Bruce Lee, the star of the last century, and the legacy he left behind are still present in the minds of many people. Therefore, when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood presented an image of a martial arts superstar with a personality contrary to what fans had previously known, a wave of intense controversy broke out on social networks. Bruce Lee's daughter, Lee Hwang-young, spoke out against the film. At the same time, he believes that his father's image in the movie is an insult. It's uncomfortable to sit in the theater and watch people mock my father. He's not the kind of person, Lee Hwang-young shared. Some commentators assert that the transformation of Bruce Lee's image shows a lack of understanding of the character as well as a lack of respect for a legend. However, in reality, most Americans recognize Bruce Lee as a legend and acknowledge his contributions. In 1999, he was ranked by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people of the 20th century. In 2000, the U.S. government issued a special ticket to watch the movies he participated in, celebrating the 60th anniversary of Bruce Lee's birth. He is the third artist and the first Chinese artist to receive this honor. Brad Pitt, who plays the role of stuntman Cliff Booth in the film, did not approve of the idea of a clash with the character Bruce Lee, played by Mike Moh, on the set of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. When receiving news that the character he played would defeat the martial arts legend in 3 rounds, Pitt spoke out strongly against it and asked the director to edit the script. Action expert Robert Alonzo revealed that Brad Pitt and many other members of the film crew unanimously opposed this idea, judging that it was disrespectful and could cause strong opposition from the audience. Full stop. In the end, director Quentin Tarantino had to revise the script and change the plot to avoid the martial arts legend being defeated in the 3rd round of the fight. In Hong Kong, Bruce Lee's hometown, the house where an Asian martial arts legend living in his final years is preparing for demolition after years of abandonment. His last legacy in his ancestral homeland will almost disappear in the near future. However, although the house may soon be gone, the stories and anecdotes of martial arts legend Bruce Lee live on, sometimes recalled by contemporaries as an image of the past. With a height of only 1.73 meters and a weight of 62 kilograms, Bruce Lee was not tall and muscular like Hollywood martial arts stars. But it was his uniqueness that inspired the many people. Bruce Lee is the only one and no one can replace him. Jackie Chan's statement highlighted the great influence of this legend in the hearts of fans in the martial arts world.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.